Hello, 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 Annette. How are you?
Anita, I am awesome, child. Oh, I'm kicking girl.
She's about, I am an awesome child. And hello, hello to our movers. Hello to you all tonight and welcome, welcome, welcome. We welcome you to Can We Talk, brought to you by Movement Worldwide. We are a motivational organization there to educate minds, encourage, empower, nurture, and transform. Mess that up. We are a motivational organization here to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a move meant to
I just
move.
love it.
Yes, we are a move meant to move. We want to help you thrust into your purpose to live the best version of yourself and win. We've tapped into some winning information. We have some winning resources. We're seated at the winner's table and we invite you to take a seat right along with us, right, Annette?
Yes, that is so correct. Listen, y'all. It's sometimes if you even knew what we may have gone through during the day, but listen, it had nothing to do with today because we just persevere and we thrust
We keep it moving. We
into
thrust
that is called. But anyway, we
into
got
our purpose.
yes, and we got plenty of room at this table. So come sit with us and partake tonight.
As the old people used to say, where the table is spread and the feast of the Lord is what? Going on. Yes, and it's going on here all the time. So we thank you so much. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you chose to come by here. You chose to stop by here with your faithful co-host, myself, and Annette L. Anderson. You chose to stop right by here and sit with us and have some fun, to talk it out, to walk it out, to just, let your hair down and give encourage and empower all in one broadcast. All of that in one broadcast. Isn't that something?
That's
And you came
awesome.
right here to do just that. So we appreciate you because you could have done anything else with your time, but you came here. So, good people, we love you. And before we get started with our conversation, hello, Grace, Grace Union Completion. Say completion. And that.
Oh, I love it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait now. Completion.
Oh, you hear that vibrato? Hey,
Right.
last week Grace said you were getting better and better with that completion.
I gotta do my lip.
Yes. So we thank you all, to all of our movers. Y'all are so awesome. We just love y'all. Y'all know we're just a little special. We like to have fun. Hello, Francesca. We love to have fun. And
Yes.
we just let our hair down and we just like, hey, y'all right with us because y'all be probably going completion at the same time. I know you're doing it, Francesca. You took your hands off the sewing machine and went completion. And I know you doing it too, Grace. Completion. And everybody else who be sneaking in here and don't say nothing. I see you. Completion. But before we get going, that's what happens when you skip a week of that. We just get a little crazier, I think. Because we've been missing it. She's about clear throat and completion. That's what Grace doing right now, clearing her throat. Oh, but you know what? When we miss time, we just miss y'all so much that we come back in rare form. So we are here. Before we move on, we ask that you do a couple of things for us. The video that you're watching, if it's on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever it is that you're watching, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe. If you watch on one and you're not subscribed to the other, go on over to the other page and make sure you subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go on, mosey on over to YouTube and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, go over to Facebook and subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe to our channels. Well, the other thing we want you to do is to hit the like button. Hit that like button, that thumbs up button. We want you to please, ma'am, please, sir, hit that button. Let us know that we're doing something right. A little something right, a little something right. But hit that like button. We also ask that you please hit that share button, hit that little arrow that's curved like that. Hit that button and share it to your broadcast. You can share it in completion. We're still going. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it in DM. You can share it everywhere. So make sure you share it into your Facebook page, to your DMs, and you can also click that link. Completion. Oh man, everybody's in it. Everybody's on the completion tonight. Completion. So make sure, hey Grace, you famous tonight. So make sure you hit subscribe, like, and share. The other thing that we ask you to do, you can sow a seed. We are a nonprofit organization, and every seed that you sow into this ministry, we always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. So you can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App. Our Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. Or you can opt to come into a covenant with us by becoming a patron. And what did you say? Oh, how do you become a patron? I'm so glad. They ask great questions, Annette. Don't you agree?
Yes, they're phenomenal.
So you become a patron by going to our website at movementworldwide.org. There's a red button at the top that says become a patron. You click that button, it will take you to patreon.com where you can set up your account and set your amount. These are my same movers. You can set up your account and set your amount. And we ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day. Just 40 cents a day. And whatever the amount, though, is greatly appreciated. Some have made their amounts for more than we asked for, but guess what? Whatever amount you choose to sow, a seed is greatly needed and greatly appreciated, and we thank you. The other thing is that you can follow us, that globe above Annette. That's our logo, Movement Worldwide, everywhere on all platforms. Follow us on all platforms, and you can email us at info@movementworldwide.org.
Yes.
And without further ado, we're going to go into our conversation for tonight. We start off our conversations each and every week with what we call our transformational topic. And our transformational topic is where we take idioms and phrases and certain things that just, make you think. Those things that just make you go, Those things that just take you all the way in. And here's the thing. A lot of times we don't see it until somebody actually says it. It's like we'll see a phrase, we'll hear a phrase, even scripture. Isn't that right in that? Even scripture sometimes, we don't see it until it's been like thoroughly brought to our attention or illuminated. It's been illuminated to us. So a lot of times with the transformational topic, it'll be phrases and things that you heard along the way, but you never thought about it this way. And that's what we love about it. So our transformational topic on tonight is face the music. Face the music is an idiom that means to be confronted with the unpleasant consequences of one's actions, usually. Accountability isn't necessarily a disciplinary measure or virtue, but accountability simply means doing the things you said you were going to do. And when you're facing the music, you are being accountable. No one can force you to be accountable. It's something that comes from within. It's a decision. I say oftentimes that, when it comes to love, a lot of times we'll be, as just as individuals, I just noticed I'm in the dark, just as individuals in general, that's better. In general, we don't see ourselves as people who govern our lives off of a mistake, but we'll say so often, oh, I fell in love. I fell in love. But when you made the decision to love Jesus forever, was it a mistake? Did you fall? No, you decided to make Jesus your choice. Just like you decided to make whoever you're spending your life with your trust, just as you decided to be accountable for your actions. Girl, it's still going. Just as you decided. So you decided to love. So just like that, you decide to be accountable. One of the greatest examples when we talk about accountability and not taking accountability, one of the greatest examples of not taking accountability is Adam. And, and that is so evident of how we are today. When God went looking for him and he was in the garden with fig leaves hiding. And when God questioned him, did he take accountability? No. What did he say? It's that woman you gave me. He blamed Eve for something that God told him to do. He gave him dominion. And when it came time for him to take responsibility, he didn't. And I think that was one of the greatest examples that we could govern ourselves after, because there he was in disobedience and lost in the confusion of what was going on with him. And sometimes we're just like that. We lose ourselves in the midst of our circumstances and our problems and our issues. And then when God calls us out, And what are we doing? And that we're trying to hide, as
Yeah.
if we can
Yes.
hide from him. We're trying to hide instead of facing and owning ours. And I'm here tonight to encourage you, because a lot of us are believing God for some things and wanting some things, but God is calling us out. He's calling us out. And what are we doing with the fig leaves? Are we hiding behind the
Mm.
fig leaves, or are we facing and standing up for the consequences for our actions? Stop looking around for somebody else to blame and take accountability. No more excuses. You're only hiding from yourself, because none of this is taking God by surprise. He already knows. Jeremiah 17:10 says, I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind, to reward each person according to their conduct, according to what their deeds deserve.
Mm.
So who you hiding from? What do you think you're doing with the fig leaves? Because he already knows what's underneath.
Mm.
And when we talk about this, a lot of us, we grow up, in certain, situations, and we raise children, and we start to repeat the same things over and over again. And just like with kids, when you're training a kid, you're training them, we try to our best to train them to be upfront and honest and to take responsibility for their actions. Who broke this? I didn't do it. And ain't nobody never you and the little baby who can't walk, but you gonna blame the baby. I've seen it happen. So we try to blame others for our mistakes instead of facing our situations. And then in that way, if we train even ourselves, just like children, we have to put ourselves in that mindset, because we have to reprogram who we are when we learn to face our responsibilities and face and our consequences and take consequences for our own actions. And that's where I'm getting my word from tonight. Y'all know I like to take a word, a verb that has anything to do with our title or something that I find. This one I found right in the title. I like to take a verb and deal with it from a transitive and intransitive tense. A transitive verb needs an object to make sense. An intransitive verb makes sense without one. And when we look at the word face, that's the word I'm using tonight. The word face, the transitive tense of the word face means to confront, to recognize, and to deal with straightforwardly. The intransitive tense means to meet an unpleasant situation, a danger, or the consequences of your actions. And oftentimes, Annette, we don't want to face it because we are afraid to face who we are.
Mm.
We're afraid. We won't even look in the mirror. We won't even deal with our own selves. If we even just look in the mirror, and that, sometimes, and I can attest to it. There have been times I do not like what I see looking back at me. I don't like who I'm looking at. I don't like who I have become in a certain situation. Sometimes when I have acted ugly, I'm like, oh my God, who was that? Who was that, Anita? Why did you even say that? Why did you even go there? Why did you even put yourself in that position? And oftentimes we will put ourselves right there.
That's
And
right.
we'll be right in, and the thing is, you have to face it. You have to come clean. It's important that we practice on earth what we're going to ultimately have to do in heaven, because you can't escape it. Ultimately, everyone will give an account for their behavior.
Sure
Period.
will.
Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, and every person has to go before the throne of grace, not with your group of people, not with your team, not with your prayer warriors and your family and your mama taking, mama gonna take up for you. God, no, mama, Lord have mercy. We'll take up for our children, knowing they wrong, but we'll stand right by them. And sometimes get mad and then get in the car. Why you did that? And you got me around here looking. But on that day, ain't nobody gonna be able to stand with you. Because guess what? Mama got to stand for herself.
All right.
And you got to stand for yourself. You can't come and drag Yolanda, Lena, and Shauna and be holding all their hands and that. You can't do that.
No.
Well, these my girls. These my girls. You love to say that. These are my girls. These are my girls. You get territorial about your girls.
That's
But on
right.
that day, your girls got to walk alone.
Got to stand for themselves.
They got to stand for themselves. And that's why it's important that we learn to do that now. Take accountability. It is a part of who we are as people of Christ. Face the music. It's okay. It's okay, and it's going to be all right, because the thing is, you don't walk this walk alone. You're not by yourself, and Jesus already knew what you could and couldn't do, because you're wrapped and clothed in flesh. And that's why we ought to thank God for grace. And because of God's grace and mercy, we will never really get what we deserve to get, and He will continue to give us what we don't deserve, which is His favor. And because of all of that, I don't understand why you won't even face it. Say, God, you know what? I messed up. Get on your face with a humble heart and a contrite spirit, repent, and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
That's our transformational topic on tonight. Your thoughts?
Right. When you went there with Adam and Eve and them with the leaves covering, we just like that. We want to cover. I don't know why we try to cover something that God already sees. It's amazing. We have to learn how to face the music. And the hardest thing, that we can face a lot of stuff, but it's hard to face yourself.
Yes.
And you talk, it's hard to face who you really are. Not that perception, not what other people think, not that thing you conjured up in your head, but the real deal. And it's sometimes we have to face the music. You're right, man.
Right. We have to deal with it. We have to be honest. We have to be true. We have to be true, because the thing is, we'll say that okay, well, God, I'm available. I want you to use me, and I want to be, I want to be used by God. I want to be impactful in life, and blah, blah, blah. But you forget that you flesh, and flesh is a mess.
Yeah.
And even when you don't want to, hello, Anita, even when you don't want to, you'll start acting the fool. You'll be like, did I just do that? Yes, you did. Why? Because you are not perfect. You are going to mess up. The Bible says all of sin and come short of God's glory. You're going to mess up. And when you do, just face the music.
I love it.
Just face the music. All righty then. And that was our transformational topic. It just makes you go, what did I do today? What do I need to face today? Face it before you go to bed. Face before you go to bed at night, and that's when some serious truth comes out.
Yeah, you be thinking and think about what you did that day. You're like, oh Lord, I didn't do that.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Did I say that?
All right, good people. So we're gonna move to the next phase of our conversation. Can we talk, Annette? I say, can we talk about it? All righty, can we talk? Yes, can we talk, movers? Can we talk? Me a little sippy sip. Yes, we can. And we're going to go on with the rest of our conversation. But before we do, we're going to ask that you please make sure you share this while we're on our little break. We're going to pause for a moment right now for a quote from the quoteologist herself. We're going to pause for our Annettism by Annette L. Anderson. And while we're going, please share, please like, please make sure you get some people in, invite them in, and we'll be right back.
The melody of life oozes rhythm that is the cadence to your destiny. Just like the tune of lyrics, it does not always produce a harmonic sound. The elusive, faint sound of possibilities seems to be an illusion, but it is in reach. In life, some will walk to the beat of their own drum, while others will be led by the angelic sounds that comes from above. It is likened unto an orchestra that has many instruments and moving parts, yet comes together to produce one cohesive sound. We have what it takes to become a maestro of our lives, but we must learn how to play the instruments that has been set before us. This is Annettism's expressions. Yeah, I find it very interesting that Anita talked about face the music, and then my quote was dealing with music.
That is interesting.
I really didn't know. I'm like, shit. So that's very interesting, and I only pointed that out because we really don't know what each other's going to talk about. We really don't. So yeah, but that was awesome. Hey, Virginia. All righty. let me get going here. It's time for Power Tool. There are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. Okay, sometimes it takes a conversation to mend the broken-hearted spirit. And whatever you do, find somebody to talk to about whatever it is. In some cases, a band-aid won't do it. You need a power tool.
Power tool.
Well, tonight I want to talk about, I've been talking a lot about pain and hurt and all that stuff, but I think it's so important that we address stuff that's been hidden and not talked about. So the topic for tonight is sticks and stones and words hurt. So stick and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Do you remember this saying, Anita, from childhood?
That's
It
not
was
true.
one I heard often, and I wanted to believe it. The saying states that physical acts can hurt us, but no one word can make a difference. But yeah, I beg to differ. It hurts. And there's nothing seen further from the truth. Words hurt and they stick with us far beyond the time of their telling. I read a quote that said, "Be careful what you say. Words can be forgiven, but not forgotten." Let me say that again. Be careful what you say. Words can be forgiven, but not forgotten. And so I chose this tonight, well, last week actually, because I reflect over my own life how words had me stuck. Some things that were told to me so many years ago, and the person is dead and gone, but it's stuck, and I for some reason I don't even know why I believed them, but it depends on what's said, who says it, and that time in your life. Because maybe if somebody would say that to me now, I was like, whatever. But then it was very difficult because I was going through some stuff, and it kind of, you know, it really hurt. It really hurt, and it hurt for years, but don't bother me now. Well, hearing is through ears, but listening is through the mind. The two activities, hearing and listening, involves the use of ears, but they are different. The hearing is nothing but a sense that help you receive sound waves and noise by your ears. It is the power of perceiving sounds. On the contrary, listening is when you hear the sound waves and understand it by paying full attention to the words and sentence of the speaker. It is one ability to correctly receive and interpret the message transferred by the other party in the process of communication. 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, and 80% of what they see. And this is because the human brain processes visual cues, better rather than written language. So it's time to change the way we decipher and communicate valuable data, because too often we fail to understand and report the information we own. And so many times we receive what somebody says, we hear, but I don't always think we really understand, because even what was said to me many years ago, the person was saying it was just being mean, but I was told, yeah, you got all these children. They were little. Who you think gonna want you? And for a long time, I thought that. I said, wow, who can want me with all these children? I'm talking like I just had a pile of children. I mean, I had three, but it seemed at the time it was a lot, and I took that thing to heart. So a lot of times what people say, sometimes it's said to be mean or cruel, but sometimes it's not. It's just our perception, how we receive that in our spirit man. And so what happens when words go into your spirit man, it stays with you. You try to shake it, oh, that person don't know what they're talking about. But when that was said to me, I grabbed onto it and I latched onto it because of where I was at that time. At that time, I was struggling. At that time, I had these three little kids. At that time, I had a little job making a little teeny bit of money trying to provide. So I latched onto that because it seemed like it was coincide with what I was going through at that time. And so I want to share a couple of things with you that I found that is pretty interesting. So I want to start saying, this is, they said this. Are you sure it's a good idea to homeschool the kids? But what this person heard was, you're going to ruin their life. Now, he wasn't saying that their life was going to be ruined. He was just saying, is it the time? Maybe it was dealing with finances, but in her mind, she perceived that he was saying something that he wasn't going to, actually wasn't saying. And another one said, he said, I can't live like this anymore. But what she heard was, do things my way, I'm out of here. What this person actually was saying, this is difficult. We need to change some things. But what she heard was, if you don't do it like I want you to do it, then I'm gone. He said, I don't care what we do, you decide. But what she heard was, I don't enjoy spending time with you enough to make the effort to decide. He said one thing, she perceived another. And she said, I don't care what we do, you decide. He heard, it's okay if you spend the evening with friends. I won't be mad if you don't come home. But what she was actually saying is, listen, babe, you decide what we're going to do. But in his head, and a lot of times people use that as an excuse, but his head was saying, okay, I'm cool. I don't have to come home tonight if I don't want to. But he knew better. He said, I like it better when you do it this way. She heard this, I don't like you the way you are. He not said, I don't like you. He said, maybe we can do it this way. But in a lot of times we put up a barrier already. We already know, we think we know what they're saying, and we already decipher what they're saying, even though they didn't say what we thought they said. She said, I heard you, but we're doing it my way. He heard, don't bother telling me what you want because I'm not listening anyway. So she's trying to explain to him. And so many times we run into the problem and words begin to hurt because we take words sometimes and we're turning them around to fit our situation or what we may be going through at the time. Finally, the last one I have, she said, pack your bags. We're going to stay at grandma's. They heard, we're going to live. This is a woman talking to her children. We're going to live with people who let us be who we are. No, she said, we just going there to stay for a while. But, certain places you can do what you want to do when you get, like my grandkids probably can get away with some stuff with me. They know their mama don't play that. See? And so this is what happens with words. And so many of us are walking around with words that have been spoken to us. And if we really can go back and really decipher what people were saying, then a lot of times they're not saying what you think they're saying. And so we have that and we carry that. We carry it, and some of us still carrying it. We mad at people that's been dead for years. We don't speak to sister so-and-so, and a lot of us don't even remember why we're mad, and that's just the truth. So there's power in words. Do stick and stone break your bones? Yeah, and words will break you down too. Words will knock you to your knees. Words will keep you up at night. Words will cause you not to speak to your sister and your brother. Words will cause a whole situation to get discombobulated. I remember something, of course, I always talk about Anita because I can talk about it because she's here. But I remember something happened and some words were said, but when it came back around, she didn't say what they said she said. Somebody took some words and they twisted and turned it and then used it for their own good. But when it came out, see, but those words hurt because even though she was vindicated, God allowed her to be vindicated, there still people were giving her the side eye. I know there was. And, I know they were. So there's power in words. And words can lift you up. Words can validate you. Words can make you feel wonderful. Words can tear you down. Words can make you feel like you this tall. So be careful with words. Sticks and stones will break your bones. But baby, ain't nothing like a word, because if you got a broken bone, it can heal. But sometimes words never heal. They never heal. And finally, I want to end with this particular scripture, which I absolutely love. Psalm 19:14 said, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. And words means your command, decree, your promise, saying your speech. Watch the word to speech, because sometimes you can say something the right way, but it's perceived another way depending on who you're talking to. I may can tell Anita something and she won't have a problem with it, but I can say the same thing to somebody else and they'd be offended. And meditation means resounding music. It means music. It means the meditation, which of course that's what it already said, but it says it again when you look at the definition. And acceptable is goodwill, is favorable, is pleasing, is desired. So let your words, your meditation, and be acceptable, because you don't know the words that you speak can cause somebody's life to be turned upside down. And you know, I'm not. And there are people who are just mean. There are people who mean. They go out of their way to say mean things to hurt people. But listen, sticks and stones and words hurt. And that's all I have for tonight.
Wow. My God. That's, I mean, Annette, I can't begin to tell you how on point this was tonight.
Amen.
I literally just had a conversation today with someone about a person who hasn't spoken to me since I believe around 2000, maybe like 2011, 2012, something like that, and don't remember why. They said they don't remember why they haven't spoke to me. They don't even remember what they was mad about. Wow. And I'm like, I know, I remember. You mad over a lie that was told that, and some foolishness that was spoken to you by a person that you don't even hang with anymore. And you don't even realize that it cost you a decade of friendship. Now, we've been friends since we were 11. So it cost you a decade in the friendship with somebody that you've been friends with over 30 years and then you can't even remember.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to face it. You just have to face the music. Mm-hmm. You have to give it accountability and take responsibility for your own actions and understand that, you know, even though sometimes we think it's harmless and we'll just say some stuff and say, ooh, child, but that little ooh, child, it might be harmless to you, but to the person that you're saying it about, it can be very hurtful and can break you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you have to, and you're right, Arnita, don't let someone else's negative words be the garment that you wear. Yeah, you have to. I mean, we have to have thick skin. Don't mean it won't hurt. Because you can have your guard up, and I'm one of the most guarded people in the world, but there are times that those words pierce. They go right through the garment like a needle. Ooh. But thank you for that. We're appreciative for that. That was powerful. And that's that thing that make you like really go,
Yeah.
Because sticks and stones break bones and words hurt. They crush. They can destroy lives. Yes, they can. All right. Okay. It's time to turn the corner. You ready to turn the corner?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You ready to turn the corner? Y'all ready to turn the corner, movers? We get ready to turn the corner. We're going to pause for just a moment. That was our power tool. Sometimes it's very hard to have that conversation, but we did it. We've had our transformational topic and our power tool. Now it's time for our commercial break. And when we come back, y'all already know. So y'all can go ahead and share and let some people know they about to turn the corner. They about to turn the corner. Or I need to say, yes, she ready. Arnita's ready. Oh, part of the 18. Anita is ready. Yes. Very powerful. All right. So we're going to turn the corner. We'll be right back. We're going to have our commercial break and we'll see y'all in just about a minute. Make sure you share and get some more people in the room. We'll be back.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms.
Sure that toxic relationship we came out of don't make us bitter, but make us better. Yes. And so you're looking for somebody good out there, but you're not good yourself. Absolutely. So the thing about it is working within yourself. When you go into the relationship as your best and they go into the relationship as their best, then you have a great relationship.
Welcome to another amazing episode of the TMC podcast.
As we continue to help you take your relationship from surviving to thriving.
TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orate It, Articulate It, and Reverberate It. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
Oh.
Yes, Tea Time Topics, Tea Time Topics, Tea Time Topics. I love Tea Time Topics. It's my favorite.
Me
Yes.
too. Me too.
Tea Time Topic. Yes, it's time for the Tea Time Topics. Let's get the first one up here. And boom. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Lord
Jesus.
have mercy.
What is going on? I don't understand what's going on in the world.
Oh,
Oh my God. Portia Adufua, 37 years old, has been charged with aggravated assault against the public servant, and other federal charges are possible, Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia said in the news conference on Tuesday. Odufua has not yet been assigned an attorney, according to Connie Barsuto from Dallas County Public Defender's Office. Airport surveillance video without audio shows Odufua exiting a red Kia sedan outside the airport on Monday. According to Garcia, the driver was an Uber driver who is not under investigation. This little woman here is then seen on surveillance video inside the airport walking into a restroom. Approximately 5 minutes later, according to Garcia, she walked out of the bathroom in a black hoodie with the hood pulled up over her head and with her hands in her front pockets. According to Garcia, she walked to the Southwest Airlines ticket area stating that she had an announcement to make. At one point, surveillance video shows the officer Ronald Cronin, a 15-year veteran of the Dallas Police Department, began to walk towards her. The surveillance video shows her pointing the gun toward the ceiling. And Garcia says she fired multiple rounds. Cronin can be seen reacting to her actions and trying to engage with the suspect as people in the airport tried to take cover. Cronin commanded the suspect to drop the weapon. According to Garcia, she pointed her gun at the officer and an innocent bystander, he said. He took cover behind the ticket kiosk and fired his department-issued weapon, striking the suspect multiple times. Officer Cronin held his position, and other Dallas Police Department officers arrived to take the suspect into custody. I saw the video. Did you see the video?
I didn't. I
saw the video. I mean, she was straight up, like right out in the open. And, that happened in Fort Lauderdale, but it was the other way around. The guy was getting off the plane and he had his firearm and he went in the bathroom, came out, but he killed like 5 people, I think. And Grace Union Completion works there. And I think it was right within minutes of when she would normally go to the bathroom in that very area. That's how close it was to her. And when I saw the video and then when I read the after story, it is said that she was said to that she was married to Chris Brown and some other stuff. It was like, clearly
this is crazy.
There's something wrong there. But listen, this could have gone so many different ways. I am so grateful that innocent people were not killed by her actions.
Yeah.
Because an airport full of people, and I've flown through Dallas, it is crowded all the time. All the time. There's not a time there's not. Can you imagine being? It's almost like Annette. It's almost like you can't go anywhere without
Yeah.
the fear that somebody might start shooting just out of nowhere. And they still don't see a problem with guns in this country. Your thoughts?
Yeah. When I read, I knew she was crazy when she said she was married to Chris Brown, but I didn't really know to the multitude of how crazy she was. I'm just glad, even though she may have had some issues, she didn't. She could have easily went in shooting at folks right away. I thank God for that. She shot up and she said she had an announcement, and I guess she wanted everybody to be quiet and listen. I don't know. But oh boy, I bet people were so afraid, because
can you imagine?
I can't.
And the thing is, she said that she was God's prophet and
Yeah.
the wife of Chris Brown. I'm like, something's wrong there, darling.
Yeah. Well, a couple things wrong. Number one, she came there in an Uber. Okay. She came to commit a crime. So how she gonna get? She told them the whole wait till she
How
get
she gonna
finished.
be?
Yeah.
Girl, don't get me start giggling.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was a mess on so many fronts. His Grace said it took me a minute to get myself together because that was the epitome of a could have been me. Yes, it could. And I remember the day that happened, and she was at work that day, and it's very close to where she is and the path of where she would normally go to the bathroom. That is something. And I know that area. I've walked through there many times. And so many times I've flown through that airport, and it's like, oh my God, it could have been anyone. But thank God nobody got hurt, and we just have to be mindful. Please, people, be mindful and watch your surroundings.
What had they let Chris Brown know? His wife, okay.
And then
I'm not making
listen, I can't give you a bell. I got to give you one of these. That's for you.
All right, Anita, we're going to move on. All
right. Somebody let Chris know to come get his wife. Come on, fellas. Take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All right.
Next one, boy, that's some funny stuff.
All right. A man exonerated for the November. Wait a minute, man was exonerated. The 1965 killing of civil rights leader Malcolm X has sued New York City after it admitted to have wrongly branded him a murderer. Muhammad Azaz, 84, is seeking $40 million for the 2 decades. Wow, he spent in prison and more than 55 years of being wrongly blamed, saying it caused immense and irreparable damage to him and his family. Azaz is married and has 6 children. Wow, they all grown now. A similar $40 million lawsuit was also filed in a Brooklyn federal court by the state of co-defendant Kalaya Islam, who spent 22 years in prison and has been exonerated. They said they got a small measure of justice with their conviction was vacated. Deborah Francis, a lawyer for both plaintiffs, said in the Thursday interview, but we want to hold government officials accountable for misconduct that led to their wrongful conviction, decades of living with the stigma of being labeled Malcolm X murderers. Settlement talks have been proven unsuccessful. Oh man, well, Islam died in 2009 at age 74. Last year, members of Malcolm X families made public what they described as a letter written by a deceased police officer stating that the New York Police Department, FBI, were behind the 1965 killing of Malcolm X. Wow. At the time, the NYPD said it was reviewing the matter, and the FBI declined to comment. I wonder why. Victims of wrongful conviction often seek compensation from the accuser. In 2014, 5 men who were in prison before being exonerated for the 1989 rape of a female jogger in Central Park settled with New York City for $41 million. Yeah.
I'm, and the thing is, even seeing that he's exonerated, I mean, I'm grateful for him being exonerated, but it still makes me so angry that so many people, when you think back in history, this stuff happens so much, Annette.
Yeah, yeah,
Then you think of not even just today. Yes, um, not even just thinking back. Yes, Martin, Malcolm X, Emmett Till, all of these people. Even today, Annette, when I watch the January 6th hearings, I'm like, Agent Orange needs to get his. The people
so
get away
do.
with too much stuff. Getting away with too much stuff, it's a mess. It's a mess, and you know there there's not enough that they can do for this man. The other man went to his grave,
Yeah,
without ever receiving anything. But thank God the families are able to live to see them exonerated in the foolishness
that's a
that the
shame.
government obviously had covered up. They know who killed him. They knew the whole time. So, but in essence, for him, I do give it up, Bell. I'm glad that he's getting his. I am. I'm glad that he got his moment and he's able to be all smiles and take his selfies and everything else. But for the fools that did it and for the fools that covered it, I give y'all a big old womp womp. Foolishness, foolishness, foolishness. Makes me angry, Annette. Come on, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Ah, my school,
Yes,
my school, my school, Annette.
yes.
Civil rights leader and trailblazing educator Mary Mcleod Bethune on Wednesday became the first Black person elevated by a state for recognition in the Capitol's statuary hall. Florida commissioned the project after grassroots campaigns succeeded last year in removing a statue of Edmund Kirby Smith, among the last Confederate generals to surrender after the Civil War. Bethune joins John Gorey, a pioneer in air conditioning and refrigeration in representing Florida. Bethune was born in South Carolina in 1875, 7 years after the ratification of the 14th Amendment, with its guarantee of equal protection under the law for all in the United States. She died in 1955, having helped to lay the groundwork for the civil rights movement. To have her statue here is quite phenomenal, absolutely, as a reminder of what our democracy is about, said granddaughter Evelyn Bethune. Mary Mcleod Bethune is perhaps most remembered for founding the school now known as Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida, which she started as a girls' school in 1904. She also was one of the founders of the United Negro College Fund, which became a financial backbone for predominantly Black higher institutions nationwide. After forming a strong friendship with Eleanor Roosevelt, Bethune became the director of the Negro Affairs Division for the National Youth Administration, a New Deal era program. Bethune led the Black cabinet of President Franklin D. Roosevelt as the highest ranking Black government official, pushing him to diversify the defense industry and later helping draft President Harry Truman's executive order desegregating the armed forces, said Ashley Robertson Preston at Howard University, a Bethune biographer. Special designation to honor its history and potentially stall gentrification. All right, Mary Mcleod Bethune, making history, got your statue up, hunty. I grew up right across the street from the school you founded and was running out there every single day to with the center of the paper towel holder to my
I know.
I march with the band every day. We could hear them.
You can, yeah.
I was right across the street. I used to put my stuff down after school and go running down because we wanted to catch the band before they went into, because that was when Mr. Barry was. He was up on that tall thing. All right now. Yes. I went to school with his daughter, Keisha Berry. He died young from cancer. He was one of the best band directors that Bethune had until the one they got now. The one they got now is amazing. We love him. But yes, so we're grateful, and that is a great thing in our history. Happy to to actually be able to share something about my alma mater. Yes, my school. Yes. And she's been honored. What are your thoughts, Annette? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that is so phenomenal. And actually, we're doing Beach Street, and I think they're gonna put something over there too.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's her granddaughter with the yellow on that has that with the bald head. That's Evelyn. That's her.
Yeah, I know Evelyn.
Yeah, that's her. So it's probably even with her, to see your grandmother. I'm sure she's been proud along the way. But yeah, I love it. I'm like, yeah, I can still hear the band because of COVID. We haven't been hearing no band, but I'll be glad when we get back to hearing it because I love it.
You can hear it all the way across.
Yes,
it's so loud.
You're like, wow. Yes.
I loved it. I grew up with that every single day. I was walking down there because it was right, literally down the street from me, and I would walk down there and watch the band, and then watch a little bit of football practice, and then come back. Everyday thing. I loved it. Love that season. All righty, come on. Let's take us to the next one. Our fellas with no name.
Moving. We keep it moving.
I guess it's for the name. Okay. The vote by the Philadelphia Historical Commission last week came after a year-long, somewhat controversial push from residents and activists to protect the historical wealth in Black neighborhood on Christian Street in South Philadelphia from what critics have called indiscriminate demolition, or to tearing down a home to create larger, more lucrative rental condos. In a lengthy application, historians say the neighborhood Black Doctors Row is historically significant because it's considered the main street for Philadelphia Black elite, which includes prominent Black leaders and professionals between 1910 and 1945. The new designation will prevent demolition from taking place in a 6-block neighborhood and add a review process before any proposed changes are made to the outsides of the buildings. Oh man, that's good. About 2 years ago, some residents became concerned about the future of the neighborhood due to what they're saying is going gentrification. I can never pronounce that.
Gentrification. Yeah.
Gentrification. Gentrifications. I'm gonna get that. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna do a story next week and put that word in there. I don't care if it don't go. At the hands of the developer who was tearing down buildings, who replaced them with luxury condos. Linda Evans, who first moved to Christian Street in 1997, was among the concerned resident who pushed for the city council member Kenyatta Johnson to protect the area from developers. The Philadelphia Historical Commission unanimously approved the proposal Friday. Johnson, who grew up near the neighborhood, called the decision long overdue and community driven. It is an opportunity to preserve and maintain and carry on the legacy of African American culture in this part of South Philadelphia, he said. We recognize that African American is American history.
All right.
We recognize African history is American history, yes.
And that happens so much. I watched it here in Overtown. Gentrification is, when they move in and they build condos and stuff in what was normally, a neighborhood that was predominantly Black, poor, or people or average, living people. And then they take it from them and they put things there that they can't afford. So they push them out. And it happens in a lot of cities where they just decide, oh, we just gonna go take it. And that's just so familiar. It's historical that, it's like just modern day of what they've always done, just taking stuff from people, moving them out, pushing them further and further out, even like with the Indians, pushing them all the way out to Never Land. But I'm so happy that people stood up and yes, all right, Philly. And we give that a nice thumbs up. We're excited for the fact that everything passed and that y'all are not going to be pushed out of your area, that you're going to preserve the history and the culture there. So that's a good one. Thank you for that one. Thank you so much for that. All right, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Here we go, Annette. Here we go. 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 And you know, it would be me. It would be me to get this one. 3 people have been arrested on more than 100 charges each. 100 each. Accused of distributing pamphlets bearing hate symbols at a synagogue, black church, and other locations in Hornell, New York, police said. Aubrey Dragonetti, 31, Dylan Henry, 30, and Ryan Maholan, 27, were each charged with 115 counts of aggravated harassment. Hornell police said in a news release Monday, Hornell is a small city in southern New York, which has a population of 8,300 according to the latest census figures. On July 9th and 10th, police investigated pamphlets and stickers bearing swastikas and racial slurs left at the houses of worship and public and private properties throughout the city, officials said. A leaflet bearing the words Aryan National Army was found at Rehoboth Deliverance Ministries, which has predominantly black congregation. The same kind of literature was found at the front of the Temple Bethel Synagogue, the Evening Tribune, and newspaper in Hornell reported. Aryan Nations is one of the country's best-known enclaves of anti-Semitism and white nationalism, according to the Anti-Defamation League. A warrant in conjunction with New York State Police was executed in the 130 block of River Street, police said, leading to the trio's arrest. That, this is the kind of stuff right here. And I tell people you can't take it lightly, and you can't push it aside as though, it don't happen everywhere. Listen, these people are raising up. Do not take it lightly, and be mindful of your surroundings. That's some foolishness, but I'm glad they got the happy-go-lucky 100 charge having behind bars. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was so glad. And then they charged them with so many charges that they making get rid of 1 or 2.
But you ain't getting rid of 100. You ain't getting rid of all of that. So for y'all, since y'all want to put paraphernalia on people's porches and on their yards, and y'all want to pass out your foolishness, I got one for each one of y'all. Each one of y'all get the womp bell.
Yeah, they'll be in court saying they got black friends.
Okay. You know what, that I think you kind of deserve the up bell on that one, because you are so right. That's about they'll be in court talking about they got black friends. Oh my God. I want to lay down and roll around and laugh on that one. All right, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a very good attempt for her name. I'm gonna get it, Anita. Zendaya Quinta Brunson.
Actually, Zendaya and Quinta Brunson are 2 different people. Zendaya is the girl is the light skinned girl, and Quinta Brunson is the other girl.
Shut your face. They both black actresses?
Yeah, Zendaya's black. She's just very, very light. But yeah, she's a singer and actress, but she's black.
Oh, well, at least I pronounced her name right.
It's Zendaya and Quentin Brunson.
From Quentin Brunson work on her hits Abbott Elementary to Zendaya once again nabbing a nomination for her performance as Rue in Euphoria. The enemy. I apologize, y'all. I actually can't read. The
enemy. The enemy awards. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I just love Can We Talk. Okay. The Emmy Award nomination have seen some of the biggest black names in Hollywood break major records. The Emmy nomination was officially announced this week, highlighting the best television had to offer in 2022. Quinta Brunson also, they go on to talk about she loved school. She loved school when she was growing up. Her mom was a kindergarten teacher, and they went to school each day in the same building for 6 years. Brunson vividly remembers specific teacher-related stories that her mother shared, inspiring her to weave some of that into the new hit ABC sitcom Abbott Elementary, which she created and stars in. One of her stories I use in the pilot actually of another teacher punching a kid, Brunson told today in a conference room at 30 Rockefeller. Nita, have you ever seen this show? I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
I never have. She has so many tidbits here and there, and she kind of pulled from it. It was some of that stuff she said was just stuck in her brains. And I'm gonna go down here. Brunson said her mom and the character both had a knack of getting through to misbehaving children. As a kid, Brunson would get into trouble for flipping around the house and unintentionally breaking things in her path. In my house, you only broke things one time, and that was the end of that. Anyway, her parents didn't punish her. What? But instead encouraged her exploration. My parents, they're solution-based people. My mom was too, but it was a bell. So it was like, we're going to put her in dance school, she explained. So that kind of solved the problem. Wow. Okay. I didn't get in trouble for too long because I had somewhere to go. Okay. She's originally from Philadelphia. And going to talk about the story. Now, I was not in here. After we did this story, I see where somebody's suing her, saying that she stole their story. Her and the company actually. They say that's their story. But anyway, that's don't take away from these ladies' performances. Obviously, they called attention of the Emmy. Okay, not the enemy. But anyway, awesome women.
Yeah, I actually follow both of their careers. Zendaya, I followed her. She, started out young and she was a singer, and she had a lot. It's like a lot of times we look at colorism only from one perspective. We look at how harshly the darker girls are treated, but in this case, this girl, she had to really prove herself. She was treated so harshly in the industry, and to see her kind of surviving and stuff, I'm very proud of her. And then, Quinta has held her own. She's been doing it. So I'm proud of both of them. They are amazing. So we give them a hats off. Black Girls Rock. Certainly. We applaud them both. We give them a teams up. All righty. Okay, dokie. Let's go on to the next one. Fellas with no name. I'm going to call them the Rainbow Tribe. Come on, Rainbow Tribe. Take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty.
Yeah, I know. I hate it, Nita. I hated it.
A Miami-Dade police officer, which I am not surprised, a Miami-Dade police officer is under investigation and has been placed on administrative desk duty after he was caught on video. See, that's what I'm talking about. Administrative desk duty, fire him, telling a black motorist during a traffic stop, "This is how you guys get killed out here, man." I'm gonna let that marinate for a second. He's caught on camera saying that to a black motorist. "This is how you guys get killed out here, man." Gerardson Nicholas, 29, was on his way to work just before 9 a.m. June 15th when an officer on a motorcycle pulled him over in North Miami Beach, and they are a trip in North Miami Beach, for not wearing a seatbelt. Nicholas told NBC Miami that he started filming after the officer who pulled him over took the keys out of the car's ignition and opened the door. See, why do you stick your hand in somebody else's car?
That's right.
He put his hand in the boy's car and took the keys out of the ignition and opened the door. He was looking for trouble with this boy.
Mm-hmm.
A video of the encounter was posted to TikTok last Thursday and has been viewed more than 75,000 times. In the video, Nicholas tells the officer that he was on his way to work. "No, you're not going to work." The officer says, "You're going to give me your driver's license." Nicholas said he was driving his mother's car and was having difficulty finding his driver's license and the vehicle's registration. The officer tells Nicholas, "Give me your driver's license, registration, and insurance. If not, you will not be going to work today." Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Because the man trying to find his stuff. The president of the police union that represents the Miami-Dade Police Department said in a statement that he does not believe the officer's statements were racially motivated. Really? But that the officer was informing Nicholas of the dangers of driving without wearing a seatbelt. Really? Really? It appears that the officer is referring to people who die due to not wearing a seatbelt. Are you serious? Are you serious? Stedman Stahl, president of the South Florida Police Benevolent Association. The only reference to race appears to be coming from the way this incident is being portrayed, not from the officer. Foolishness. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, come on now. Well, actually, being fair to the president of the Benevolent Association, he just doing his job. He got to say something. Because he listen,
I ain't being fair to him.
He know that's not true. Come on now. Because there's even no mention of a seatbelt or none of that. Come on now.
He wasn't even talking about the seatbelt.
No, he wasn't.
He was talking about the boy's license. So if you're so concerned about him, what reason did you have to reach your hand in his car and turn off his ignition and open his door?
Mm-hmm.
What reason? No reason.
No.
Ridiculous. And I'm getting so sick of seeing this foolishness. And then the people who protect it. KKK has to protect the KKK. You know what, Grace? I will give you a bell for that one because you are so right. That's the KKK has to protect the KKK. Yes. But it runs me fire hot mad, and I wish I had something worse than this one right here to give him. I told you, I'm gonna get a big one. I'm gonna get a big one, a huge one. One day I'm gonna triple it up. I'm gonna make it like 100 womp, so you can feel the magnitude of what I'm trying to say. I gotta find me a couple more sounds because that is just, oh my God. It runs me hot. I'm sorry. I get so frustrated. Fellas, come take the trash out, please.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Okay, this is a very interesting story. A Minneapolis man has been hit with federal charges after falsely accusing Black Lives Matter and Antifa of vandalizing his home and setting his camping trailer on fire. Dennis Molan told Brooklyn Center Police that he saw 3 figures running out of his yard before the blaze. In addition, he reported that his garage door was vandalized with spray painted graffiti stating Biden 2020. Black Lives Matter and Antifa symbols. Come on. Molan said he believed he was targeted because he placed a Trump 2020 flag on a camper. However, federal and local authorities said Molan lit his camper on fire and spray painted his own garage, according to court documents. Mala submitted $300,000 in insurance claims to recover damages from his garage, camper, vehicles, and resident because of the fire. He received $61,000 from the insurance company after threatening to take legal action and received more than $17,000 in GoFundMe donations. Molly GoFundMe accounts, which have been active for 2 years, have been shut down, and he has been charged with 2 counts of wire fraud. Wow. He was released from custody without bail with a promise to appear in court. He made his initial appearance in U.S. District Court on July 12. Mala could serve up to 20 years in prison for just one of the wire fraud charges, reports show. According to reports, first responder arrived at Mala home in Brooklyn Center just after 3 a.m. on September 23rd, 2020. The man and his wife told reporters they were asleep with their infant and toddler in the house when someone set the camper on fire. He said the fire spread from the camper burnt down. The garage totaled 3 cars and damaged the home. First responders say 3 dogs, 4 puppies, and in the house, according to reports. Our family's safety, that's the main thing he told reporters after the incidents. All this is material. It's all material. It's not as important as our family. This story spread across social media and a conservative platform. This is a message sent by the far left, and I think people are beginning to see the arsonist behavior, looting, even murder. None of it is off the table, according to Fox News. Laura Ingraham said at that time. So they used this to spread their point, which he was a liar. Yeah.
Sorry about that. My phone is not on vibrate.
Yeah.
But this is what I got for him. Ridiculous.
He got a he used that to his advantage. You see how much money this joker had?
Mm-hmm. And the idiots that gave.
Mm-hmm.
The idiots who gave. Good for you. Because you gave to some foolishness. And I hope he gets the highest possible sentence. Because he deserves it. He needs to go under the jail. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. And I wish I had 1,000 of these to give to him. I wish I had I wish I had 100,000. Like a trillion, a gazillion, a million, gazillion.
He took advantage to help his situation because obviously he was probably living in a little trailer struggling, and he took advantage of the situation.
And
now
you go into prison, and then there are fools who gave you money, whose names I should go through and publish all the names. Yeah, you gave. You gave. You gave. Dummies. Fellas!
Moving. We keep it moving.
I told y'all we be having the tea, y'all. We be having the tea. All right. Now,
I love this.
We got some good stuff for you.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff for you right here. Sandra Lindsay, a New York City nurse from Jamaica, will receive the highest civil honor alongside some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment for being the first in the country to receive the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. Lindsay, 54, a self-described visionary, never envisioned being invited to the White House alongside the likes of award-winning actor and director and producer Denzel Washington, Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles, and civil rights icon Fred Gray, and many others to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Never in my wildest dreams, I thought I would be doing the right thing. I thought that doing the right thing would have resulted, in everything else that has happened, said Lindsay. Lindsay grew up in Jamaica and was raised by her grandparents. She says her path to becoming a nurse began as a child when she helped her ailing grandmother around with day-to-day tasks. My grandmother lived with chronic illness, so I was the one there helping her and was very happy to do it. She was functional and a school teacher, and so that was my elevation, that my interventions were working, Lindsay said. Lindsay says she understood the gravity of the moment and the cloud of hesitation that held back many African Americans from being among the first to receive the COVID-19 vaccine because of American history of using Black bodies in the name of medicine, triggering concerns related to the Tuskegee syphilis study, among other examples. Since receiving the COVID-19 shot, Lindsay has been recognized for her courage on other occasions, but she trailblazing nurses says the Presidential Medal of Freedom is on a different level. This is the highest civilian honor, and I think it will inspire a lot of people, definitely, especially young people that look like me, Lindsay said. Hats off to you.
Yes.
Your bad self, Lindsay.
Yes.
Hats off to you, and we give you an applause, a thumbs up that you up in there with Denzel and them. Yes. Yo, girl. I've been to the White House. That's an honor. It's nice being up in there. I was scared I was going to knock stuff down because for some reason my allergies were acting up the day I went, the first time I went. And I was sneezing like 4 times in a row. I didn't want to get close to nothing. That's so I could just see stuff just falling. I was like, achoo, 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 like 5 times in a row. It was the allergies at the hotel. I didn't realize it until I got back to the hotel. Because at the White House, I didn't sneeze. I'm like, why am I not sneezing? I've been sneezing in the hotel the whole time. And then I got there, didn't sneeze. As soon as I got back, I started sneezing again. It was the hotel. Thank God they didn't have the same flowers in the White House. because I was sneezing so hard that I was about to fall. But I'm so glad you got a chance to do that, Lindsay. We applaud you. We're excited for you. Black Girls Rock, you the bomb.com. I was a little nervous for you when you got that shot. And I was like, why they got the black girl get the shot first? I was one who said that. I was. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's amazing. I remember when she did it too. I had decided not to do it, not because just my own personal reason, but of course I eventually went in and got it. And listen, it speaks courage. Regardless, I'm sure she got a lot of backlash, but that's all right. You stand for your conviction, and she did. And look what it took. I would have took so many pictures with Denzel. He'd have got sick of him. Excuse me.
Snap. Okay. Snap. You might be pointing at each other talking about snap. All right, fellas. Come on, fellas. Take us to the next. We're almost done.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Okay. All righty. Breaking barriers with rowing. The sports has roots in ancient Egypt and involved in an exclusive pastime of white upper-class men. But Brandon Johnson, the founder of the only Black-owned rowing company in the nation, is trying to change that. It was a vehicle to a better life for me. I feel extremely grateful and incredibly responsible to give that opportunity to as many people as possible, Johnson said. She is achieving that goal of providing diverse rowing opportunities, mostly through BLJ Community Rowing, the club Johnson founded in 2013. Since then, she has taught more than 1,500 people to row. More than 50% of her students have been Black and brown people from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware tri-state area. Her students are entering the domain of a sport with roots in ancient Egypt that evolves into an exclusive pastime of where white upper-class men who can afford the expense of lesson and equipment. This is awesome. She's giving people an opportunity they didn't even know existed. Sometimes, Anita, people got to tell you that the opportunity out there, and we don't even know it.
I know. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Now she better row. How about gently down the street? All right. I told y'all this is what happens when we've been off for a week. All right, fellas. Come on, take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
You can't give us no time off at that. This is what happens. All right. So here's our last one. Our last time topic for tonight. Oh, let me see. Here it is. Daisy Bates was an African-American civil rights activist and newspaper publisher who documented the battle to end segregation in Arkansas. Daisy Bates married a journalist, Christopher Bates, and they operated a weekly African-American newspaper, the Arkansas State Press. Bates' childhood was marked by tragedy. Her mother was sexually assaulted and murdered by 3 white men, and her father left her. Oh, man. She was raised by friends of the family. Bates eventually became the president of Arkansas chapter of the National Association for Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, in 1952. As the head of the NAACP Arkansas branch, Bates played a crucial role in the fight against segregation in 1954. The United States Supreme Court declared that school segregation was unconstitutional in a landmark case known as Brown versus Board of Education. After that ruling, African-American students who tried to enroll in white schools were turned away in Arkansas. Bates and her husband chronicled this battle in their newspaper. In 1957, she helped the 9 African-American students to become the first to attend the all-white Central High School in Little Rock, who became known as the Little Rock 9. The group first tried to go to the school on September 4th. A group of angry white people jeered at them as they arrived. The governor, Orville Faubus, opposed school integration and sent members of the Arkansas National Guard to prevent the students from entering the school. Despite the enormous amount of animosity they faced from the white residents of the city, the students were undeterred from their mission and attended the school. In 1957, she helped 9 African-American students, and she helped them to become the first to attend. That is amazing. She is best remembered as a guiding force behind one of the biggest battles of integration school history. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. She's beautiful. And you know what? People are so brave. When I think about, some of the stuff that they did back in the day, they were very, 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 very brave, and they didn't take, they took some stuff.
Yeah.
The slurs, the beatings, the water hoses, the dogs, and people died. People gave their lives, and now we got Black people who won't even vote. They won't even vote. They won't show up. They won't do nothing. They gonna do what they want to. Ugh, the ignorance. I get so disgusted, so frustrated, but it happens. But anyway, well, we've come to the conclusion, y'all. That's our last one. That's our last tea time topic. I get so sad when it comes time for but then I'm sad, but I'm glad. I'm so glad we had this time together. But we gotta go. It's time for us to go, good people. But before we do, we'd ask that you do a couple of things for us. Number one, the show that the channel that you're watching the show on, please make sure you subscribe, you like, and you share. And if you're on one, go to the other and make sure, because we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. So make sure you go to both of them, make sure you're there, and make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the share button. Share this with everyone. End of the night on a high note. Black girls rock. Yes, we do. We do. We do. We do. Oh, I forgot to do the bell. We do rock. Teams up with the Black girl rock. Thank you for reminding me. Grace Union completion. So make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And please, because it'll still be up after. You can also sow a seed. You can sow a seed via Cash App, $ Movement Worldwide, or you can become a patron by going to our website, movementworldwide.org. Click the red button, go to patreon.com, set up your account, set your amount. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day, $2.80 a week. Come on, good people. That $2.80, you got it. It's in coins. Put it aside every week and give that to Movement Worldwide. We need it greatly. And guess what? No amount is too small. Whatever the amount is, always greatly appreciated. Also, that globe up there above Annette, please make sure you follow that everywhere on all social media platforms. And you can email us at info@movementworldwide.org. Now, without further ado, let me give the rundown. And a rundown is. Let me give you a rundown. And a rundown is. Every week, we have a lot going on. We're graced with the wonderful presence of Annette L. Anderson on Tuesday nights from her organization entitled SOAR. She graces us on this very platform with TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar. That speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. That's
your moves, Anita.
No, they just come to me spontaneously. Speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live right here on Facebook and YouTube on this platform. Join us. And then come back the next night on Wednesday night, which is the night, a week from tonight. And join us for the midweek conversation. Let your hair down with our transformational topic, the idioms and phrases that make you go, And then that hard to have conversation, the power tool. And then for my favorite that we just got through sharing with you, our tea time topics, we go from the news, we pull out things, we share, we go to good, bad, and the ugly, but we also pull out things that you'll never hear anywhere but here. And we keep it light, but we keep it real with our tea time topics. Yes, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. And then on Fridays, if you're not on Clubhouse, let me tell you, y'all missing it. Clubhouse is the bomb. I actually love that conversation. It doesn't invade your life. You can turn it on. It's like the radio, and you can just chill. You can wash dishes, whatever. You ain't got to comb your hair. You ain't got to do that here either. But you can just listen in, and you can still click over, go on your phone call, come back, still be on Clubhouse. Very, very simple. Download the app in your app store, Clubhouse. Find us in the Movers and Shakers room, and join us every Friday night at 8 p.m. Our theme for the year, Finding Balance, with a different topic every Friday. And if you can't find us, you can always do this. Brilliant. Text the word movers. Gotta move out the way from my drums. For 954-820-5050. 954-820-5050. But 954-820-5050. 954-820-5050. 954-820-5050. Text the word movers. Lock that number in and text the word movers to 954-820-5050. And you will get a link right into the room as we are in progress every Friday night at 8 p.m. And then on Sundays. And then on Sundays. Oh my God. And then on and then on Sundays, join us right back here on this platform, Facebook and YouTube, for Power Walk Sunday, where we inspire and motivate you to walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction. Where there is always, say always, Annette.
Always.
Where there is always a word for you in your last words, Annette.
All right. We just want to thank you so much for coming and sitting to the table with us as we give you a full course meal. You get it all here. So we thank you so much. We can't do this without you. So we love you. Thank you. And Anita has already gone over all the platforms. Come and join us at one of them. We got a lot of stuff going on. We appreciate it if you help us. Yeah.
All right then. So y'all, like she said, we have gone over everything on tonight. Again, we thank you all so much. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you came here, and we ask that you please, ma'am, please, sir, join us for the next time, the next thing that we're about to do, that we're about to share, that we're about to be. You got the schedule. We love you. We appreciate you. Give you the heart. Show you some love. Y'all have a good one. Good night. Be safe. Be safe. Watch your surroundings. See y'all.
Yeah.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms.
Making sure that toxic relationship we came out of don't make us bitter, but make us better. And so you're looking for somebody good out there, but you're not good yourself. So the thing about it is working within yourself. When you go into the relationship as your best and they go into the relationship as their best, then you have a great relationship.
Welcome to another amazing episode of the TMC podcast,
as we continue to help you take your relationship from surviving to thriving.
TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's speak it, orated, articulated, and reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.